Hello and welcome to Colonel's Video Tutorials. I'm Colonel Panic, and in this video we're going to talk about basic controls and combat in Killing Floor. This video is part of a series of videos on Killing Floor. You can find more videos along with written format guide and links to my servers and map downloads at skycommand.org/killingfloor. You can find a link in the description. If you want more personally directed help with things, feel free to visit my whitelist server, available through that link. I do occasionally set mutators and help people level up their perks upon request. Now back on topic, let's talk about basic controls and combat. One of the most important things to master when you're first starting out at any new multiplayer game, first-person shooter, is your controls. So we're going to go here down to the settings, under controls, the tab at the top. Look down here through what you have set. There are a few things here which are not set by default, and some of them I think are some of the most important ones. One of the first things you want to look at here is the switch to best weapon key. You're going to want to bind that to something that's really convenient to you because you're going to be using it a lot. It makes it a lot easier to switch to a powerful weapon in a pinch. The other one is switch to knife, and that one is same deal. You run faster when you have your knife out, so whenever you need to turn tail and back up, whatever, you can switch to your knife and you can run a bit faster, get that little speed boost to help you get out of a bad situation. Using the two together, you can get a lot of good stuff. You can just select melee weapons, very similar. You can substitute that for switch to knife as long as you're not using something like a chainsaw, which is going to slow you down. All other melee weapons are like the knife. You're going to run faster with them. You also want to make sure that you do have this throw grenade set to something convenient to you. You're going to be using that a lot. This quick self-heal, again, has to be very convenient. You're going to be using that a lot. Quick flashlight, it depends on what your playing style is. If you use the pistols a lot, you can switch to the pistol, use the alternate fire then to turn on your flashlight, or you can use the quick flashlight, it does the same thing. If you go down a little bit further, you can see, you've got a big selection of controls that you can set up here and get used to them, what you're going to use. Make sure you have an activate microphone key set. If you have a microphone, it makes it easier for you to communicate with your team. If not, get used to using the toggle voice commands menu. Various other things. So, go through, take a look at this, see what stuff is convenient for you. If you have a mouse that has extra buttons like thumb buttons, that's going to come in very handy for this. Things like switch to best weapon and switch to melee weapons. I recommend binding those two to mouse buttons if you are able. You do want to keep the alternate fire button here set to your middle mouse because you are going to use that more than you probably expect. Okay, so that out of the way, let's go back here and I'm going to show you some of these controls in action. We're going to go to the solo game here just to demonstrate. We're going to select something simple, manner, beginner, medium, and play. Give it a sec here for the game to load up. Okay, I'm going to switch to sharpshooter. As you see, I've got all level 6 perks, so this might not apply to you immediately off the bat, but as you go on, you're going to be able to get weapons and stuff like I start out with in the game. But this one's going to make it easier to demonstrate what I'm going to show to you. Okay, so now you see I have the crossbow, which is my best weapon. It's the weapon that I would switch to by hitting my thumb mouse button that I bound earlier. You can use the scroll wheel if you have that set to it to cycle between weapons, and I select something like the pistol. Now I have my pistol out. I can use secondary fire to turn on off the flashlight. Get a hand cannon here, same deal. Get these Zeds coming on here. Always aim for the head. It's almost always headshots, especially if you have sharpshooter class on smaller enemies. Take them out in one hit with a good headshot. You see I took some damage here. I'm still 95% health, so it's not a big deal. But if you use the quick heal key, you can quickly heal. Okay. And if you hit a button such as switch to knife while you're healing, you can abort that whole animation sequence. It makes it easier to quickly switch to another weapon without waiting for that animation to finish, so that you can fire back or run away, whatever you need to do. Now let's say that I have my pistol out and I'm shooting at Zeds and this guy comes along. Say I didn't want to take him out with the pistol, I want to use something more powerful. I can use the best weapon key to quickly switch to the crossbow, take aim, and again, quick switch to the knife and run around faster.
Shop is open, boys.
Makes it really convenient.
Come get me.
Grenades, whatever you need to do. All right, let's go to the shop here and show you a little bit about managing your finances, weapons, ammo, stuff like that. When you're playing on harder difficulties, ammo is going to be much harder to come by. When you're first starting out in the game, you're going to be spending more money on weapons, so it's important that you keep in mind how exactly you plan to spend the money that you earn. So we're going to come here. I happen to like the crossbow, so I'm going to keep it. One thing to note about the crossbow, though, is that it costs about 15 pounds per bolt. Crossbow holds 40 bolts. That's over 400 pounds to refill an empty crossbow. Meanwhile, you can sell and repurchase the crossbow, and it only costs you a net value of about 100 pounds. So if your crossbow is empty, you don't refill it, you sell it and buy it again. It saves you 300 pounds or more. In this case, I only have one bolt that I've spent, so it's not even worth selling it. We're going to hold on to it, not refill it. I can happen to get, since I'm a sharpshooter perk, I can get hand cannons really cheap. I can switch up. I already picked up one. I can pick up another one for 149 pounds. Fill those up on ammo. Buy armor. When you have the cash available to you, you might want to wait until a few waves in so that you can buy the weapons you need first. Grenades are kind of expensive. Once you fill up on them, you want to, be careful about how you spend them. Use them in tight situations only, so that you don't waste all of that money. Alright, we're going to exit the trader menu here, and we'll talk a little bit more about tactics on the battlefield. Switch to my knife here real quick.
It was fun having you all,
again, because that
but you're on your own for now.
Again, that quick melee weapon key that's coming in handy.
Oh, what's that bloody great knife?
Switch to it very quickly. Again, quick switch, best weapon, your best friend here.
Two bloody great handfuls.
Now, one thing to note is that you don't want to be too far out in the open. You'll get by things with husks. You get surrounded on all sides. It's very difficult to fight unless you're a commando. So you want to draw your enemies into a choke point or bottleneck like this. You can aim. Obviously, you can use penetration. You can multiple Zeds at once with a single shot, so it comes very handy for that. But you do not want to get back too far into the water, because if that happens, then stuff really hits the fan. You're going to be in a world of pain. So basically, you have an exit and run out. Again, always aim for the head. It's always going to be critical headshots give you 2 times damage no matter what. If you're a sharpshooter, you can
the shop
more
is open, boys. Come get me.
I think we've covered basically everything. See if there's anything else I need to really go over in this tutorial. I don't think there is, so we're going to put it off next time. We're going to talk a little bit more about different types of Zeds, how to combat different Zeds with different tactics, and then we'll get on to perks, how to level up perks, stuff like that. Alrighty, hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and check my website for more. Again, that is skycommand.org/killing.